What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and before I jump into today's video, again, I want to apologize for not being active last week. I had no videos posted, but if I'm being honest, you guys know how it is with my channel. If you guys are, active watchers and active, participants in the channel, you know that sometimes I just don't have a whole lot going on, and that was kind of the case last week. I do have a review to do of the baby bander that's overdue, but I want my girlfriend to be in that because it's technically her knife, and I want her to give her 2 cents on her uses for it and stuff like that. So I want her to make a cameo appearance, and she just didn't have time last week with classes and everything like that. So that needs done. I know my bug out review is a long time coming, and like I said, I did contact. I almost said another weird word. I did contact Benchmade, and I had them send some replacement screws and a paw clip to my home. So hopefully, maybe I'm going home this weekend, so maybe they're gonna be there. I'm hoping they come in, but I might have to call again and figure that out. But that's coming. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really have a whole lot of things to review. I've been waiting on a few things to come in, this package included. So without further ado, we'll jump into this. This is a box coming in from Jake over at Bearded Gear. My buddy Jake. If you guys are living under a rock and you don't know who Jake is, I will leave a link to his Instagram and his YouTube down below. Jake's a good buddy. He's killing it in the knife world right now. He's been transferring his collection, I think, into more higher end pieces, which is really cool to see. It's cool to see how his channel has evolved over the course of him starting to where he is now, and he's killing it. He posts awesome videos, awesome pictures on his Instagram, very aesthetically pleasing. So go check Jake out if you don't already know who he is, but I'm sure if you're watching my channel, you know who Jake is. Now there are 2 knives in here. One is a knife that I bought from Jake, and one is a knife that was loaned to Jake, now is being loaned to me by our good buddy Chris over at Grady's Gear. So I will also leave Chris's Instagram and Chris's YouTube in the description down below. Go please check him out. Chris has become a good buddy as well. He's just a really, he's a very funny dude. He has a good, sense of humor, and his channel is awesome. He puts out some awesome reviews. So please go check him out as well. Again, I will leave links to Jake and Chris's YouTube and Instagrams down below. But yeah, this is a knife I bought off Jake and a knife that Chris loaned him. And I was talking to Chris and said, hey, would I be able to check that out? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'll just have Jake send it to you. So kind of worked out perfectly that I happened to buy a knife off of Jake right when he was getting done with the review of Chris's knife. So it worked out real well. But today's unboxing knife is the Microtech LUDT. This is actually, I'm using this today because I sold this knife. I sold it earlier today to fund a purchase that I made. What was today? Saturday morning, I think. I bought a Jacob Ginsburg, one of his little fixed blade chickadees that is coming in the mail. It was kind of an impulse buy, but I really was wanting a fixed blade, for my EDC, and it just seemed really cool. So I just kind of jumped on it, and I needed to sell something to replenish that, so I sold this. And I absolutely love this knife. Side topic. If you guys watched my 5 knives that make me happy video, I included this in there, and I kind of feel bad for selling it because I really do love it. Ergonomically it fits my hand very, very well. It's just I think it is an absolute badass looking knife, and with the action, it is a side auto, flies out of there. Overall, just everything together, I think it's a beautiful knife. But if I'm being completely honest, I haven't carried it in quite a while. I carry it every once in a while, but it doesn't see my pocket regularly. And I don't know if that's because it's an auto, or I don't know. To me, I felt like it was justifiable to get something else in the channel. But I do feel bad because I am going to miss this knife. But I already told myself this will be a knife that I will 100% buy back in the collection one day. And I also told myself, I love the black on black, but if I'm being honest, my favorite colorway of the LUDTs, I love the Merlot colorway with either the Stonewash or the DLC blade. So that's my ultimate LUDT. So that's kind of what I want to get in the future. But I told myself this will be a knife that I 100% buy back. But got to give one more cut with it. Sorry guys, that was very off topic, but you know I like to ramble, and I just wanted to kind of explain why I'm selling it and what I have coming in. But I just kind of, you know, wanted to give it one more little cut before I ship it off tomorrow morning. So now tape this very, very well. Try not to cut myself. There we go. I think. Yeah, we get in there. I'll close this up. So I bought. Yeah, Jake really taped this up. Thank you, Jake, for securing our knives. Got some balled up paper. Sticker. Some more balled up paper. Alright, so I think this. Oh, I got stickers all over the place. Okay, so I got my knives box. And then I have Chris's knife, which is right here. And I also had Jake include a bunch of stickers for my upcoming 500 subscriber giveaway. Just trying to get some of those out of here. So that was very nice of you. Thank you, Jake. I really appreciate that. As of right now, I'm at like 464. So I'm creeping up slowly on it. So hopefully we get there sooner or later, but can't get the last sticker out of there, so we're just gonna do that later. But yeah, he sent some bearded gear stickers, some holes over stud stickers, which I love. Real tiny, his like mountain and hat sticker, and then that same sticker but holographic. So these will be included in the giveaway. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So we're gonna go over Chris's knife first, and I'm really, really stoked about this. You guys can tell by the thumbnail of the video that this is a Liang Ma. And I've been hearing a ton about Liang Ma, and I have been seeing a ton of models, specifically with Kyle over at D2 Knives and Gear, Kev over at Lefty EDC, and now Chris over at Grady's Gear. They're all kind of Liang Ma fanboys, I guess you could say. But I've heard, you know, so many good things about them, or about him and his company and his designs, and I've really been intrigued by them. But the model that I've been intrigued by the most is the Field Duty EDC, which is what I'm holding in my hands right here. This is a carbon fiber edition. The one that I were to buy, or the one that I want to buy if I were to buy one, is the green G10 one. But I was excited to try the carbon fiber too, because that way, you know, I've experienced both of them if I get one of these in the future. So yeah, this, right off the bat, the size of this is really good. It's very lightweight. It has, I believe this is called a monoblock construction, because you have a titanium frame locks side over here with a nice titanium pod clip and a ceramic ball on the clip. But you have a titanium lock side over here, and then the whole rest of it is considered, or not considered, but is basically one big piece of carbon. So I think Jake referenced it's like a 60% of a integral on his channel, which makes sense, because if you think about it, it's just basically, you know, one slab of titanium and the rest of it, including this, like, it's not a backspacer, but it's just built in with a scale. Then you have the lanyard post back here, which is nice. So I'm really intrigued on it. Dead centering, you know, right on the mark. As you guys can tell, this is a whole knife, so no flipper, no studs. This knife is an LMAX, which is really cool. I don't think I've experienced a knife in LMAX before. So yeah, I've heard another huge drawing point of this knife is I've heard the middle finger flick and the detent action is just dialed super, super well, and it is just almost borderline perfect. So I'm really excited to try that. So we'll see if I can get this on camera. Yeah, that feels really good. Argos feel really good too. Man, this is a nice knife, guys. Just a real simple kind of drop point, spear point blade. You guys can see Liang Ma's design logo there. I almost just lost my train of thought. And just over here, you just have LMAX. But yeah, just a really handsome looking blade. You have a, you know, very, very generous forward finger choil there. I'm trying to show you guys. And I just really like the overall, you know, appearance of this knife. It's very, very comfortable if you lock it in your hand. I mean, this thing, This thing gets really, really comfortable. Normally, the only other knife that I've had such a big choil on is my Orion Knives Solaris, which I said was sort of a a negative for me in that with that knife in that review. But for this one, it feels really, really good. I can kind of choke back here. I can kind of choke up a little bit. The jimping up top is borderline perfect, I guess I could say, while I'm using that term and it's fresh on my mind. It's not very aggressive. It's actually quite comfortable to land your thumb on, and I'm comfortable back here, comfortable up here. And even if I don't use a choil, I can still get all 4 fingers on my on the handle, which is really comfortable. The handle's very, very, symmetrical, kind of parallel, not too much going on. Yeah, I really like this knife. The one down, grade of it is if you really like drop shutty actions. Well, it's not too bad. I mean, I can get it to drop to my thumb, kind of, and then shake shut. But you hear that pop? That is really good, guys. I'm liking this knife a lot. Try the thumb flick. You can get it. It's kind of a little bit of a difficulty to try to get your thumb in like that narrow hole. See, I can miss it there. Yeah, there you can go. But I think, like also Jake said, if it has such a good middle finger flick, why not do that? Like why not just bang it out with your middle finger and enjoy it? So, I mean, this is kind of a pullback knife from what I can, tell right away. But you can also get it to, let's see, that dropped. Actually, I might have nicked myself. Yeah, I cut myself. That's good. Just a little nick on the thumb. But if you can get that lock bar out of the way, it falls to your thumb and that's just a shake shut. So, yeah, this knife is quite comfortable, guys. I'm already, like, my expectations were high on this. But they've been kind of been exceeded. Just from my first review, just from me holding this for 5 minutes. And I think I really, off the top of my head, I kind of want one. So, I don't know, what, I might have to sell some stuff, but I've been selling stuff lately to bring stuff in, so I don't know. Obviously, I want to carry this and get it in pocket and use it a little bit before I, give my final thoughts on it. But right off the bat, this is a great knife with a very, very good action. I mean, it feels good when it pops out of there. Very comfortable. Yeah, very, very glad to have this in. So I will leave a link to Chris's channel and his Instagram, like I said, down below. Please go check him out. And thank you for loaning this out to me, Chris. I really appreciate it, brother. I can't talk today. As you guys can tell, I haven't done YouTube in like a week, so I'm a little out of this loop. But now the knife that I bought from Jake is a Wii knife. So I know Jake bought this off of, I don't know who he bought it from, but he bought it in a package with a lion steel knife. And Jake's review of this was very, very positive. I think I'm referencing him a lot in this video, but I think he said that this was like the best knife that he like didn't want to keep or something like that. So this is the Upshot, which is a limited edition knife. They've been coming out with more and more limited run models of a certain amount. I think there was like 210 of this knife made, I believe, of the blacked out variant and then the black with the stonewash blade. Put this right here, get a silica drill pack. All right, so now we have a certificate of authenticity. This is serial number 238 out of 410. Sorry, so I think I don't know if there's 205 of each kind made, or if there's 410 of each number made, but you guys can see that. Pause the video to read that. I'm not going to bore you guys to death. But then we have as Kevin likes to say, sticker of a knife that we can't sell, and I would have to agree because I don't like that knife at all. It's very ugly. A normal Wii knife sticker, and then their little paperwork packet. So, and then there the knife is nicely padded in there. Has a little bit of a foam cutout. I like the boxing that they did on the limited edition ones. It's kind of a nice little upgrade from the previous, or not the, limited edition ones. And here it is, guys. So the Upshot, I'm sure you guys have seen, pictures of this by now. It's been out for a little while. I don't know exactly when they came out. And you guys can already tell that is not the standard pot clip. That is a Civivi pot clip that the owner previous to Jake put on there, because the standard pot clip is this gaudy Timascus looking clip that I think looks like tin foil or aluminum foil. I don't like how that looks at all. Especially, you know, if you were to put this on a knife, why would you put a blue, you know, pot clip like that on a blacked out knife? To me, it's just not really worth it and not really smart in my opinion. So I like that the previous owner, or the first owner, put a Civivi clip on here, because Civivi has good clips and I like the blacked out of it. So this is a flipper only knife, as you guys can see. And I wasn't planning on buying this knife, but Jake was selling a decent amount of his collection to fund, I think it was either, no, I don't think it wasn't Blade Show West, it was CCKS, California Custom Knife Show, because he wanted to get an Arius and I forget, a duck, forget the maker's name, but he wanted to get some higher end knives and he was selling out some of his collection. And he had this on here for a pretty good price. He had it on there for $125, and I reached out and asked if he wanted to trade for the Eidolon, and then he's like, nah, I'm not really, I'm just trying to sell. And I was like, okay, I get that. And then he said, I'll do 110 for you. And I was like, it's a pretty good deal, because this knife brand new is like 210, 215 bucks for a titanium 20 CV knife. I was like, I'll take it. You know, so if I'm being honest, coming into it, I don't know if this is going to be, you know, a flip knife, like to where I get it and I just flip it and I, you know, get my profit back out of it to put into something else. If I'll keep it, not really sure. So kind of up in the air what I want to do with it right now, but I'm glad to get it in and get it checked out and whatnot. So right off the bat, I like how the logo is kind of bronze there. Same with the pivot collar. We'll give this thing a flip. Yeah, so it comes out very, very well. And overall, I think this is a very clean looking knife. It's quite simple, but it's very, you know, just streamlined. You get a nice simple kind of drop point, spear point style blade, but it's nice and elongated. Same with the handle. You kind of have a little bit of an arch here, but it's, you know, it's very straight. No sharp edges or curves on it. You have a nice choil right here, a little bit of jimping. And yeah, I mean, it's quite thin. So in the hand, I mean, this similar to, you know, the, oh, here it is. Almost forgot it. The Field Duty EDC, excuse me. You have a nice, obviously not as big, but you have a, you know, similar forward finger choil. See how the action is. This is a frame lock, and yeah, it's very, very smooth. Has a good action to it. I mean, that's pretty fun right off the bat. Dead centered. Still has a pretty solid edge on it. I don't think Jake uses very much. And you know, it has a little bit of wear and tear, which doesn't bother me. Obviously with black, you know, coated handles and blades, you're going to get a little bit of wear and tear, but overall I still think it's in very good shape. You guys can see the sorry about that, guys. My girlfriend popped her head in my door and needed something, so I had to go help her out real quick. But as I was saying, I think on the blade it says 238 out of 410, and then this is a 20 CV blade, like I said. You guys can catch the light right there. Trying to utilize the light. There we go. There we go. Yeah, just a very, you know, a handsome looking knife, very simple. And Jake's review of it was very, very positive with everything that he said. So I'm excited. This is actually a lot more comfortable in hand. Not that I thought it would be uncomfortable by any means, but it fits my hand very, very well. I'm very comfortable with the choil. Just an all-around pretty solid looking knife. So I'm excited to get this in, get it in my pocket. And this is my knife, like I said, so I will definitely be using it and carrying it. But this is the Wii Upshot. I had some lock bar friction there. The Wii Upshot and the Field Duty EDC, which was loaned in again by Chris over at Grady's Gear. Try to get a good thumbnail for you guys. There we go. Right in the middle. So again, shout out Chris. Thank you so much for sending this my way. I would definitely enjoy getting to know this a little bit and, you know, carrying it. So thank you. And thank you, Jake, for giving me a very good deal on the Upshot. I'm excited for this knife. Definitely going to be in my pocket and being used. So if you guys haven't already heard me say it, go check out Chris's channel and Instagram. They will be linked in the description down below. And go check out Jake's Instagram and his YouTube channel. They will also be linked down below. Please go check them out. They're great buddies of mine. I'm very thankful to be able to be friends with them and to be able to, send loaners, get good deals on knives. It's just a very awesome part of this community, and I'm very glad that they are, I would consider them in my friend group. So without further ado, guys, I don't want to bore you anymore. I think I'm approaching 20 minutes on this video, so I apologize if it was on a long one. But you guys know I like to ramble and rave and, sometimes go off in the distance and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I come back and I talk about my knife. So thank you guys so much for stopping back in and for watching the video and for supporting the channel. Like I said, I'm getting on the road to 500. I'm about 46 away. 46? 36? 36. 36 away. Couldn't do my math there for a second. So hopefully it approaches pretty quickly. I'm still waiting on some more people to send some stickers. And then I'll have everything ready for you guys to... I'm going to film a video and have that ready to drop when it hits 500. So again, thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.